is the real and true God. I'm just trying to tell you, don't run out to no God that can't do nothing for you. I wish I had some help in here. You better stick with who brought you. Okay. So Joshua says, now don't miss this. I got to hear it to a close. Joshua makes a rhetorical statement. Look at verse 15. He says, if it seem evil unto you to serve the Lord, choose ye this day who you going to serve. You make up your mind. You're going to choose the gods of your ancestors, the Amorites, the Canaanites, God, those gods that had no real, or those people that had no real true religion. You're going to choose those gods over a real Jehovah God? He says, y'all make your choice. But as for me, and my house, we're going to serve the Lord. We going to stay with God. He's made too many ways. We're going to stay with God. Anybody here know what I'm talking about? Ask me. We're going to make a bold declaration, and I'll answer the question. And you can choose, but I'm going to tell you who you ought to choose. As for me and my house. Tell somebody, we're going to serve God. We're going to serve the Lord. We're going to serve the Lord. Joshua knew, brothers and sisters, that as their leader, the children of Israel were prone to go backwards. He knew. He knew that they would get over here to the promised land and start acting like they used to act. So he said, y'all need to make a choice. Do I have any help in here? And we need to make a choice today. Now, he gives them a requirement. Lastly, he gives them the people give him and God a reply. Now, here's the good part. I'm going to leave you alone, all right? Now, the people's reply is important because as brothers and sisters, they have a track record of reneging on God. So what they say is important. Now, here it is, verse 16. I'm going somewhere. Look at verse 16. Let's read it. Verse 16 says, and the people answered and said, God forbid that we should forsake the Lord to serve other little g gods. That'll make sense to you in a minute. All right, go to verse 20. 4 times. Verse 20. If ye forsake the Lord and serve strange, come on, talk back, little g gods, then he will turn and do you hurt and consume you after that he had done you good. In other words, if y'all get over here and mess this up, the same God that done you good gonna have to turn around. 21, verse 21. And the people said unto Joshua, nay, but we will serve the Lord. 24, verse 24. Last one. Now therefore, and the people said unto Joshua, the Lord our big G God, we will serve, and his voice we will obey. Now, brothers and sisters, honestly speaking, the Israelites are people who have proved to be stubborn, stiff-necked, unfaithful, and ingrates. However, their reply is the correct reply because they say, we will serve the Lord even in the promised land. Now, the key to their service is found in verse 17. Watch this. Now, what I'm trying to tell you is, when you get to your promised land, the way to stay in there is to keep serving God. Yeah, you can clap. That's it. The way to operate in the promised land is to keep on serving God. Watch this. Here it is, verse 17. Go back to verse 17, chapter 24. For the Lord our God, all right, it is him. He it is that brought us up and our fathers out of the land of Egypt from the house of bondage, and which did those great signs in our sight and preserved us in all the way wherein we went and amongst all the people through whom we passed. In other words, we are remembering who brought us. Talk back to me, somebody. They basically say, we remember who brought us. And brothers and sisters, remembrance is what will incline them to continue to serve the Lord. Here's my concluding statement. When we get to our promised land, we must keep serving God in order to continue to have success. You got to keep on serving him. Don't stop serving him. And what keeps us serving him is remembering who it was that brought us. And oh, if we could get more Christians to remember who it was that brought you. You see, because you know how we get, don't you? We get a dime above a dollar. Come on, help me close this thing out. We get a dime above a dollar and we stop coming to church. Somebody talk back with me here. We lose sight of who brought us. I mean, he blesses us with a house and you won't invite nobody over to the house. You act stingy, want to stay in the house, don't want to come out the house, cut the grass on Sunday. Come on, talk back to me, somebody. He bless you with a car. You won't drive it to church. You won't get nobody else a ride. Do I have any help in here? He give you some money. You waste it. Take it down to the where's the thing at? You carry down the. Where's it at, Mama? Tunica. To the casino, and God done blessed you, and there you are wasting everything that God has given to you. Do I have any help in here? He give you a job promotion and you won't even get there on time. Now there you're going to words the Lord, you want this position, you done went to college and got a master's degree so that you can go in and make more money coming in on the level, and now you won't even go and clock in on time. Come on, help me talk somebody. Brothers and sisters, you got to remember who it was that brought you. And who it was that taught you. And what you are, he gave you. What you are, he made you. And where you're going, it's that same God that's going to take you. Talk back to me, somebody. See, you see, when George Jefferson and Weezy moved from Harlem up to the deluxe apartment in the sky high. Brothers and sisters, they moved from surviving to succeeding. When George got there, he had a better apartment, better furniture, had a in-house bellhop by the name of Ralph. He got new neighbors, Tom and, come on, talk back to me, somebody. Tom and Helen, and messed around and got him a maid named, somebody here know what I'm talking about. But even though he had moved uptown, he knew that the only way for him to stay uptown was to keep on getting up in the morning and going back down to that cleaners every day. Somebody here know what I'm talking about. And so George Jefferson got up in the morning, kissed Weezy on the cheek, put his suit and his coat on, and went to work every day. I'm just trying to tell somebody, when you finally make it to your promised land, you got to keep on serving God. Now we up in the big league. It's my turn and back. Long as